Yo, so yeah, man, back to what we was talking about. You know, if you had to choose one, the boxing or the media, what would you pick
Oh well, I
to
mean
do for the rest of your life?
that's kind of a no-brainer. Boxing is a dream. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is like media. That's a job that I could do after boxing as well. Like I could do boxing and media throughout. You feel me? Like boxing, you're gonna do for so long. You know, your body's an instrument. And your instrument eventually runs out. So, whenever the time comes that I can't throw hands no more,
Word.
media's always
What's your
there.
thoughts on boxing? I mean, is it fixed nowadays? I mean,
I mean, boxing's always been crooked. It's always been crooked. Whether you have some grimy judges, some messed up promoters, some trainers, you know, loading gloves with plaster, giving people, you know, asthma pills, whatever the case. Like it's always been grimy. I think right now, it's more of the judges than anything else. You know, you have some promotion things going on, you know, between like Top Rank and Golden Boy and stuff like that. But I think right now, the thing that I'm noticing a lot is the judging sometimes just crazy. Like, for instance, Floyd Mayweather versus Maidana. Whether you want to say Floyd won. Well, yeah. Whether you want to say Floyd won. Yeah,
on
like,
Twitter. Let's go.
I had to. Like, whether you want to say Floyd won or Maidana won, I respect each. You know what I'm saying? The fight numbers in terms of punches landed were so close, I can understand the debate. Me watching it personally, I felt as though Maidana, you know, was working a lot more for, you know, more rounds than Floyd really worked. So, you know, watching it the first time, I only saw it once. I've seen people talking about, saw it 5 times. I felt as though Maidana had it, watching it right then and there, just by an edge. But at the end of the day, I've been in personal boxing fights where the dude I fought threw way more punches than me, but I just hit him with the cleaner shots, and I hit him more, you know, more clean shots, so the judges awarded me with the victory. So I understand how it goes. However, when I see a judge give a scorecard of 117 or 111, it's crazy. That's like a fan saying that it's debatable and your man choked 3 rounds straight. Like, that's crazy. So, I mean, that's got to be cleaned up, in my opinion.
Now, should like, you know, and the same thing with battle rap, you could compare both of them. Do they need to sit back and watch it on camera again too, as a second time to be judged with boxing? I mean, because you know it is so lopsided.
Sometimes.
You know what I mean? Watching it live and watching it on cam.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, that's hard to say because the thing with boxing is like that's punches. Like you see a person getting hit. Like battling, there's things that you could judge. It's like, okay, there's a bar that no one reacted to, but I'm the judge and I caught that and I was crazy. Or there's something that people are overhyping, or you know, there's different things. You can't see the physical punch. Like boxing, you see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can't really say that they need to go back and watch it. I just think that, I don't know, something needs to happen in terms of monitoring, like whether people getting some under-the-table payments or something, because some of these numbers sometimes for these fights, I can't understand, you know.
Would you ever get into the boxing side of the media too, or you just strictly battle?
No, I would love to do boxing media. Honestly, I mean, when Vlad, I interviewed Danny Garcia right before his last fight. I went to his gym in Philly when he fought Herrera in Puerto Rico. And Vlad has also interviewed Timothy Bradley recently, and you know, for boxing interviews, you know, sometimes I'll send Vlad questions because, you know, obviously I have boxing knowledge, so he could rely on me with that. But yeah, I would love to do more boxing interviews. That's awesome. And then at the same time, I'll bring my gear. What's up, champ? Let's spar. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did with Danny, but he wasn't sparring that day. I was stressed.
Word. Who's your favorite fighter? Like all time?
All time. Yeah. Oof.
Give me like top 3.
Top 3. All right. Well, like I said, he can crucify me. I don't care. In terms of skill, you can give him a C+, B-. I loved Arturo Gatti just for, you know, his heart. You know what I'm saying? He was an action fighter. Pac-Man, that's my bro. I love Pacquiao's style, even though, hey, he got put to sleep. Sometimes it happens.
Word.
And I got to throw, just because I grew up watching him, you know, I got to throw Ali. You know what I'm saying? Just the poise and, you know, just the ring generalship and just the way that he was innovative with his style. However, I will say, Floyd Mayweather, he's one of those cats that you can take him and put him in any time period, and he's going to put in work. He may not beat every single person he fights, but he's going to put in work. No matter what time.
That's what's up. Let's do battle rap now.
What's up?
You know, top 5 battle rappers. Who you got?
Right now, Lux, Hollow, Clips. maybe B Magic, Ill Will. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, what
many,
a lot of
right?
people. It's kind of what a lot of people saying, you know, and I feel as though I would juggle Tay-Rock, you know, just because this is part of my thing. When I see a battler bring his ferociousness every battle, that also intrigues me. I feel as though Tay-Rock, people can argue on cam that he lost to JC. In the building, I was there in the building. He smoked JC in the building.
Yeah,
but
I
when I
agree.
watched it on cam, I was like, ooh, JC even said it's going to be closer, and it was a lot closer. But I like it when I see a battler come with that, you know, that animal instinct, and they really try to take you out. You know what I'm saying? And I would juggle Tay-Rock just because I see him. He always comes
on the streak.
for real. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Puts in work. So I would juggle him too.
Let me ask you this too. As far as like, you know, the battles go, the setups. You know, what you've been thinking like about all these leagues popping up with just, you know, random, you know, big name battles. I mean, is that hurting it?
In a way, yes. I understand, you know, people seeing this as a revenue stream now, you know, or a way to get their popularity up or something. However, you know, Organic said it in an interview recently that they're just throwing money around. They don't really have a passion for it. They're just trying to just bandwagon. And something that irritates me is when I see certain battlers come from, let's say like a URL. I see this a lot. URL battlers will go to KOTD, just my opinion, but this is what I noticed. Yeah. And they don't bring that heat. You know what I'm saying? They use it as, okay, I'm just going to take this check and it's KOTD, whatever. I'm going to get these views and that's that. It aggravates me because it feels like it's a waste of a battle. Why are you going to go to some other league and not bring that same ferociousness? It doesn't mean that your opponent's going to slack. Like, you go to another league bringing ABC 1, 2, 3 bars and you get smoked how you look. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as though sometimes it is a waste of a battle. Sometimes, though, battles turn out pretty good. You know, like Rare Breed Entertainment, they put on those good one-rounders even though it's just one round.
ARP,
you know?
man.
For real, you know, like that was some real good quality battles to start off, you know.
And also, you know, the footage-wise.
Footage-wise, yeah, exactly.
Audio, everything
Audio,
was on
all that.
point. Shout out
Exactly.
to you, man.
Exactly.
And like, as far as like we talked about the judging system too, I meant to ask you, you know, what is the proper way to judge a battle? Especially you, somebody who covers it. You know, you're knowledgeable, just like me. You know, I debate with people all the time. What's your way of judging it? Like, what do you look for? What should the fans look for?
Something I look for: energy, crowd control. You know, I'm not one of those people that just likes the basic, you know, lyrics. Personally, like Chilla Jones, like people may say he's boring, but to me, when I hear that sharp pen, that's something that I like to hear. You know, that complex mind, you know, structures and everything. I look for that. Rebuttals, freestyle. You know, there's a whole slew of things. It's a lot with the performance now, a lot more than it used to be. A lot with performance. You can just, like Prez Mafia, he's great with manipulating his words, and he'll just speed something up, slow it down, say something just with a weird sound in his voice, rasp. You know, Prez is awesome at performing. If you guys haven't seen, he battled We Go Hard. Shout out We Go Hard. This dude from We Go Hard, Took.
Yeah, shout out
at
to
Trap
Took,
House.
Trap
New York.
House. Yeah, shout Mercy,
you
man.
know what
That's
I'm
my
saying?
man.
For real. And that battle was crazy. They both brought it, but if you listen to how Prez is spitting, even with Ty Law, like he just does things with his voice and, you know, his physical motions and everything that you're going to be gravitating towards what he's saying, you know?
Yeah. Have you like ever been to the King of the Dot crowd yet, or have you?
No, I have not been to
Me
the King of
neither.
Dot battle.
I was gonna ask because another thing, like, you know, with the crowd, you know, it's got to be different battling over there and battling in New York.
Way different.
Like the URL crowds are just ruthless, man. Like, you know, when we go to the events, it's crazy. That's why I wanted to ask, like, you know, what your thoughts about the crowd was, you know, with the crowd control.
King of the Dot, people rag, and I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, you know, I used to kind of rag a little bit too, where it's like, you know, the crowd reacts for anything. But at the end of the day, you want a crowd, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. You know, I've talked to certain people from URL who are like, nah, I want people that's going to boo. I don't understand that personally, because it's like you coming to put on a show and they booing you. That shows you that your stuff ain't hot and it throws you off. Like, in my opinion, you want a crowd that's going to, you know, be accepting of whatever you got to say, respectful if you have a stumble. And for me, it just makes the battle more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, yo, I want to get out there, man. I think, you know.
Definitely, yeah,
it's
definitely.
Dope. Let's take this phone call though. Yo, 15mofe.com. What's good?
What's good?
What up?
What up? This is Taisha from San Diego.
How you doing?
What's going on?
Fine.
What you calling for today?
Yeah, I'm calling because I wanted to speak upon the Queen of the Rings No Bar Holds coming up.
Okay, let's go. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. How you feeling about official versus
Couture.
Yeah, Couture.
What's your thoughts on that?
That's gonna be hot, right? It's gonna be a classic.
Yeah, official versus Couture. That's that's a high energy.
40 bars versus Jazz the Rapper. It's gonna be hot.
Of course, man. We all in the building
That's
for that, man.
Crazy, yeah.
It's one of the biggest events of the year, man.
Who you got winning that?
Yeah.
Who you got winning that?
2014 New Swag.
who you got winning that? 40 bars.
Who you got winning?
I'm sorry?
Who you got winning? 40 bars of Jazz.
Oh, it's a close one, but you know what? I think 40 gonna pull it off.
Okay. What about official and Couture?
Yeah. I love Couture, but you know what? Official got them bars, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah,
she's pretty hot, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But thanks for y'all time.
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all ready, man? Good looking.
All right.
Yeah, she sounded like she was turned up.
She was hype, man.
She was turned up.
Yeah, she was
you know,
hype.
speaking of the girls,
What's up,
you
man?
know,
Definitely.
you know, what's your thoughts on female, man? I love it, man.
I'm about to say the same thing.
I
I
love
love female battle rap, man.
It took me a while. You know what I mean? It took me a while, but you know what I mean? Now they got it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
When I first started watching it, you know, I felt as though a lot of the chicks were trying to find their niche, trying to find, you know, what battle rap is really about for them. A lot of the times early on, I felt there was a lot of screaming rather than bars and lyricism. But like you said, they got it. They official now.
What's your thoughts on the ghostwriting though? Do you believe it exists? I mean, and what percentage would you say? I mean, I think it's about half.
You know, the problem is that I've talked to people, you know, behind the scenes. I'm not going to say no names, but I've talked to people, you know, guys and girls, and they tell me that in one way or another it does exist, simply because, you know, you preview your bars to other people, or you know, you do little ciphers or stuff like that, or people might tell you a little suggestion here and there, and in one form or another, someone else's words are coming out in your rounds. Now, I'm not going to say everyone is no shots, but this really irked me. Not everyone's pulling the arcane and buying bars. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone's doing that. That's a violation. Like, you know, that's crazy. Not everyone's doing the whole lot of Zay Kwani Kush thing, you know, even though I still want to interview her, honestly, to get her side of the story. But I think it goes down, but at the same time, I'm not going to say it's just for the girls. For all we know, the chicks be writing dudes bars. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just be biased, like, oh, nah, it's only girls taking bars. Like, I didn't
even think about that.
You know what I'm saying? It could be both ways. It'd be both ways, man.
That's
really could.
Yeah, man. As far as the girls go, who's your top five? Who you like to watch? Like who you the most interested in? You
Who
don't
I
got
like
your
to
top
watch. To be honest, then I interviewed her, you know, and she's real cool in person. Early on, I wasn't the biggest fan of Gaddis. I felt as though she was just like overly animated and just I didn't really see the hype. I felt she was overly hyped. But when I saw her versus Shayna and then, you know, Bonnie, she got busy. I'm a fan. I like Gaddis. I like Official. You can't not like Official.
She's
C3,
a beast.
in my opinion, C3's really come up.
I love C3.
Something about 40, man. Just the way she spits the bars. You know what I'm saying? Like when
she's all about bars.
All about bars. When she started, I felt as though she and Bonnie, you know, kind of had a similar thing where they were a little too monotone, lack of energy. But I feel as though 40's really come out of a shell with that. I like 40. I'm gonna have to throw Hustle, Jazz, QB somewhere, and Misfit. It's a four of them. Like I can't even throw you five, man. Like all four of them. Like, you know.
What's your thoughts on the new card? I mean, you know, they're throwing pretty much, you know, the summer madness of Queen of the Ring.
Yeah. I'm happy for them, man. They got some huge matchups. Honestly, sometimes, man, with when I hear battle cards with the girls, I get a little more excited for their cards nowadays. Sometimes because you don't really see the chicks slack. You know what I'm saying? They always come really, really, you know, intense and, They try to always put their best foot forward. They're Queen of the Ring's coming off of a huge event, off of the caskets. You know what I'm saying? With Daylight 40, official C3, C versus Diesel, all that. Like I was there. That event was fire. You were there. That event was fire. Like
you know Daylight personally off. Y'all chop it up enough.
I've chopped. Daylight's real cool. Real cool dude.
What's your thoughts going through your head when you talk to him and then you see the antics, like, because that's like my boy. Like we talk. You know what I'm saying? So like he's not like that with me.
Yeah, I know.
So like I'd be shocked as much as the fans. Like, what's your thoughts? Is anything that he does shock you nowadays? Or
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I kind of expected but I kind of expected him to do something along the lines of what he did at the Queen of the Ring event. I remember I was talking to Swave. We were watching the battle together, and he was like, he's like, yo, Daylight just told me I got naked in a room full of dudes. Don't flop. What you think I'm gonna do here, these ladies? Like, but Daylight, he's a real cool dude outside of battling. You could tell that he still has that edge. You know what I'm saying? But he's just a creative genius, honestly. Like, and he's gonna go down being remembered as probably one of the best.
Word.
I remember talking to him and him telling me about his whole Matrix scheme before he even did it, and I had no idea like what exactly he was gonna do, and then he put it all to life, and I was like, how did you come up with that? And he did it. It was mastered.
Now do you think he deserves Lux? Because I'm on that Bring Daylight and Lux campaign.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? I think it needs to happen for battle rap.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I mean?
Bars, lyrics-wise, I actually would love to see that. People can hate on Daylight all they want about, if he's not doing antics. Nah, Daylight got bars. Daylight's pen game is sharp. I personally would love to see him versus Lux. I think that would be a very interesting clash. I would like to see what angle Lux could come with against Daylight. And I would like to see if Lux is going to stay with the whole, preacher, revolutionary angle, if he's going to switch it up somewhere down the road. It seems as though basically Lux now tries to always take on a angle of the battle rap hero. You know what I'm saying? Which is very cool. I would like to see how he does it for each different opponent. Is he going to just go into the whole Crip, history and, get into that? What is he going to do? So I think that would be awesome.
What's your thoughts on the, actually the Total Slaughter event and then, we can, Lux Mook, the rematch? Man. You think Lux could take that angle or, a lot of people said Mook won. That's, majority of people that so it's kind of payback for Lux.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can he take that angle?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. Can he take that specific angle that he took against a Calico and a Hollow? I think he can in his own way, because we have to always remember that Lux and Mook came up in Harlem together. They, from what I've heard, they both got history together, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to their blocks maybe clashing at one point. I'm not going to speak on things, but I don't know if what I've heard is true, but they know things about each other from years prior. So if anything, I think Lux could have some things to expose on Mook and vice versa. I know Mook probably got some dirt on Lux, and it'll be fire. It'll be fire.
That's what's up. Now the the Hollow. Joe Budden Hollow.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
What's your I know you spoke to a couple people about it. What's your thoughts though? Like
my thoughts.
Does Joe have a chance?
Oh yeah.
I know Joe's one of my favorite MCs. I think he do got a chance, but Hollow, everybody's making Hollow out to be the underdog, but I think he's the favorite.
People making Hollow out to be the
underdog? Joe the underdog.
Yeah, okay,
I think Hollow, being the favorite,
Yeah, right. For me personally,
a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. I would say this: Hollow's in Lux's position when Lux battle Hollow. Whereas if Joe does remotely good and gives any type of competition, then people are gonna be like, "Oh, Joe washed him. This, that, and the third." You know what I'm saying? Will Joe have a cannabis? In my opinion, hell no. I don't see that. I don't see Joe choking on a cannabis level. No shots of cannabis.
Yeah.
I think Joe Budden honestly is actually gonna impress a lot of people.
I think so
and
too.
I really hope to God that he does, because I would love to see some more mainstream artists come into
Definitely.
this. I was debating not really debating. I was discussing with this guy on Twitter yesterday. He was talking to me about the interview I did with Cassidy, and how Cassidy was talking about 30,000, 40,000. The battle is light, and it'll be a step back for him. And battle rappers are like the Olympians, but he's like the professional. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see Budden do good and just inspire dudes like Cassidy, who we know we could battle. You know, maybe a Pat Poose, maybe a Jadakiss, Styles P, whoever, to just come back and get back in the ring. Because at the end of the day, battle rap is the future for competitive hip-hop. I feel as though, let's say battle rap had existed back when Pac and Biggie had their beef. Instead of going to the streets and shooting each other up, they could have stepped in the ring and said, let's see who's the better lyricist. You know what I'm saying? I think battle rap could really be an outlet. Like right now, you got Game and Tyga bucking shots with Dirk and everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where that could go. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere crazy. Maybe they could each be like, you know what? Let's battle. Let's see what's up then. You know what I'm saying? I really think the mainstream needs to get involved.
Word. Do you think, like, should Cassidy hop in the ring, though? I mean, I know you interviewed him.
I think he should. I think he should.
Did you tell him that?
I mean, I told him, you know, it was a little bit off cam, you know, type stuff. I'm not trying to, you know, press him, you know, on the cam, everything, make him look a certain type of way. But yeah, I've told him, you know, you should do it. You know, I even said, like, what about 100,000? And he was still kind of like, that's not, you know, I don't know what his number is, to be honest. I asked him on cam too. I was like, what's your number? And he didn't really throw it out there. But
once somebody gets to that, you know, do you think that it could be worth it for him to come back for $100,000?
What you mean to gets to his level where he's been?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you know, is he worth bringing out an event? Like, will they make the money back? Paying him $100,000, like, do you think that is worth it?
I think that they would now, especially considering all of the talk that's been, you know, documented from him. You know, we have multiple interviews. I've done 2 interviews with Cassidy now, and each time he said some controversial stuff about battle rap. I know he's done interviews with other people where he said controversial things as well. So the fact that, you know, there's been a build-up and everyone knows he could battle, you know what I'm saying, and they would like to see, like, let's say you put Cassidy and Fab, something like that. You put another big name against them, they'll make their money, in my opinion.
Do you see it going to, like, Madison Square Garden? And
if you have a big name, if you have Cassidy, Budden, Slaughterhouse versus URL, like Norb's called out, something like that, it's gotta eventually make it to, you know, the Garden, gotta eventually make it to Vegas, gotta, you know, wherever. Real talk, battle rap, it has the potential to make it to, you know, if not boxing numbers where, you know, you're getting one battle of 32 million, but it has the potential to make some UFC numbers, you know what I'm saying? Steady 30, 40, 50, 100, 20. It depends, you know, it depends on how far people are willing to take it. You know, you just have to be business savvy.